Hey guys, BBA here. So let me get straight to the point with this video. I know it's a kind of long footage, but I did try to speed it up in some areas the best I could. Most spots have about 105% sped up, and others have about 150 to 200. So try to stick with this if you can. If you can't, well, oh well. Nothing I can do about that. But I'm uploading this because not only did I go 30 and 5, which is decent in and of itself, and of course tons of people have probably done that, yes I know, but I also got 3 Blackbirds, which is a first for me in a mercenary team deathmatch ever. Well, any team deathmatch really. But I also did it by getting out 2 different classes, which is my starting class of a sniper, and then my secondary class, which I usually break out if I get a Blackbird with the first class I'm using. And not only those things, but my team somehow managed to make a comeback right at the end, and we somehow won by 1 kill with a level 37 going 0 and 17 on our team somehow. What the heck? Anyways, my first class, let me break it down for you. I'm using the PSG1 sniper, and let me tell you guys, I rarely snipe, if ever. This is just a moody thing I felt like doing on here on Jungle. Usually I use the M16 or Foul maps like this, but I figured what the heck, just once in a blue moon I'll use this. And I put extended mags on it because I don't really like any of the other attachments that go along with it, and they did do that recent patch that allowed you the hit multipliers to go with it. My secondary is the Python with the speed reloader. Usually I do like going with dual Pythons, but recently I found that I like being able to ADS at targets in some situations. So I went ahead and go with a single and just put speed on it because I opted out with sleight of hand not being on this setup. I have Simtex, Concussion, and a Claymore to cover them back in some areas where I need it. And then the perks Ghost Pro, Hardened, mainly because, well, there's nothing I see really necessary for any other perk. You can go with Steady Aim if you want to go around trying to no-scope and whatnot, but that's not me, as you see with me running about, using my pistol, I'm trying to run, etc. And then Marathon is on as it helps me move around more, because once I take a target out, I like to move on and get away from there while having my pistol out to give me better running distance. The second class I'm breaking out, which I named my Blackbird Streak Spawn setup, is an assault rifle class using right now the AUG, because that was the first ever assault rifle I really liked using in the beginning, and I put dual mags on it. The secondary, it really doesn't matter to me, but I've got RPGs on at the moment. And it has Simtex, Concussion, and a Jammer because the perk 3 I'm running is Marathon. And because of how the AUG operates, I like getting in closer after the Blackbird gets called up. I've got Hardline on to make it quicker, so if I can get another streak going while that Blackbird is up after I respawned and called it in. Sleight of Hand Pro because Sleight of Hand Pro plus dual mags, really quick reload speeds, and if I'm in those certain situations and I need the extra loading speed, and I get the ADS time, so that helps too. And Marathon because, well, I like getting to the area as quick as I can. Jammer I usually like using with Hacker on that area, but sometimes I can usually see where the Claymore's sticking out because a lot of people don't know how to place their Claymores properly. Anyways, I just want to give you guys a rundown of what everything was, and I'm sorry that the video cut off in the one area just a little bit back. The host had quit out after I'd reached 7 kills, and so that means during theater mode I have to go back and paste the clips together from both footages because theater mode separates them if a host lags out or quits out, etc. But for the most part, I get 3 Blackbirds using the different setups. The third Blackbird I think I got, and I just stuck around using the AUG. Usually after I've used up the first Blackbird and I can't get anything else, then I just switch to another class afterwards. But because I was able to call in another Blackbird, which really surprised me, I just stuck with it. Oh yeah, something else that I forgot to mention to you guys. You'll notice I'm throwing out care packages. I was trying to work on the Hardline Pro version while I had my AUG class out, but allies weren't really taking the packages. I called out one package, which was, I believe, the ammo package I just put out right there. Nobody really wanted it until the end. Thank God somebody picked that up. And then I had 2 others I called in. One I tried to throw on top of a cliff where my ally was. Hopefully he got it, but I guess it bounced down, as you'll see in the end. And then I got another one right at the end when everybody was trying to bum rush me while the Blackbird was up. but nobody had enough time to get that one, so I couldn't get any points from them. And I only need like one more for Hardline Pro. But what can you do? Nobody wants to take your packages, and I wasn't playing with friends like I was earlier in the night when they were taking them. So all you can do is hope that they take it. I could have plugged in my mic and said, "Hey, take my packages, you fools." But I don't really like using the microphone, because some of the community online is not exactly who I'd want to talk to in some cases. Anyhow, let me ask you guys a question about something that you guys might know about. The other day I got a comment from somebody saying my video quality was shitty, in his words. And while I can understand that, because when I look at my videos they're somewhat distorted in some areas and it's harder to make out some of the words, I don't really know how to improve it, because my old computer actually had a video card in it that I had purchased and upgraded for it. But being this is a newer computer and I got it on Black Friday, I don't really have any upgrades for it, or know if that's really what's affecting the output that I'm putting on YouTube. I can render it in HD settings, but I don't really know if I'm actually getting the HD settings I could be. What would I necessarily need? I've heard people talk about getting HDMI cables, or that I need to actually physically upgrade my computer, more RAM, video card, or something. What I'd like to do is, if I can, I'd upgrade the settings to be better for putting out in HD, actual real HD footage, clear, crystal clear, you know what I mean? But if any of y'all have a clue about some of that, I'd be very much appreciated to get some thoughts on it, so I can attempt to do that. I can put out money for it, I just need to know the right information to be able to go about it. But I hope I can get that. And the match is about to end here. I know this was a bit of a fail. The guy had, I guess, tried to fire his ballistics knife at me a little bit before that, and I saw it on my radar behind me, but I was too afraid to turn it around, so I kept running forward, because I was afraid if I turned around he was going to knife me. So I wanted to get into that building and lay flat and shoot him, and apparently he jumped or ran or whatever right through my AUG's bullets. I tried to knife right as he knifed me, but I guess connection or whatnot, how it affects your matches, won out, and he got the knife on me. Unfortunately, this guy who tried to jump and knife me, he got killed. But what can you do about things like that? Connection plays a big part in it, and sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Sometimes you do really well, and other times I don't know what the fuck people do. Especially people going 0-17 on my team. I'm not going to watch that guy because I've watched them in the past, and it's like, looking up and around, and sometimes the person just gets outshot or just shot in the back several times. And there you go. All of them start flocking in at me. I got that third Blackbird right there at the end, and we somehow managed to just barely nudge out a point ahead of these guys. Peeking around the corner, and they kept coming out and coming out. Only one guy at the end got smart to throw a grenade. Well, thanks for watching, guys. 30 and 5, 3 Blackbirds, 2 classes. Enjoyed it.